2 of OFR season Division 2. You've got Ash in the booth. So VR, before you say anything, yes, there is commentary. I'm right here. Hello. Hello to More Gaming, and also Sean, who's already commented in the chat. So here we go for round 2, the Nurburgring Grand Prix circuit, not the Nordschleife. Probably a good thing. The man, the myth, the legend. That is right. That is what I am. As see Robot going round, he's first out of the pit lane, I believe, for qualifying. Hello to Marco. I've learned how to say your name properly now. So yeah, after a very, very interesting round 1, we're in for a very interesting round 2. We'll see what happens with this race. Obviously Thomas won the first race of the season, and of course that means he's championship leader. So looking at the standings so far on the OFR app, please download. It's very, very useful to have and easy to use. Let's have a look. Well, current championship stands, you've got Thomas on 25 points, Ball Boys in second on 18, Real Tracy's on third on 15, Tim's fourth on 12, Bagpuss on 10, Hyder's got 9 points because of course he got a fastest lap last week, Doc Corp's on 6, Marco's on 4, Grimothy Dalton on 2, and Pi2 is on 1 point. So far in the constructors, Lee Turner Racing's on 49 points, Apocalypse Racing, easy for me to say, is on 36, Gwen's Boys on 14, Rotten Pollock's OP is 2, and Slipstream Racing is on 1 point so far. So that is the current standings as we stand at the minute. As we'll watch Robot now on his first lap, going down to what's known as Smalley's Hairpin, because it's one of the places he absolutely loves to be going around. As he exits now, going up into the Schumacher S's. 103.9, I think he'll be on course for just below 2 minutes, quite possibly on this lap. Yeah, I like that one, Sean. Yeah. I know I shouldn't laugh, but I quite like that. What do DWT, Sean and Alexander Armstrong have in common? Pointless. Yes. Very, very clever. We'll see how you get on later on tonight in the D1 race. As Robot now heading round the final corner, there should be around the 2 minute mark, although a fast time. Ball Boys into the 56s already. As Robot gets into the 59s, that's a good banker. Bagpuss is quick so far, 57.2. Corpse in the 58. Yeah, so we've got an interesting little lineup. Smalley goes fourth. Smalley is the change this week. He's been moved to Division 2, where now I believe Vilsec returns to Division 1 this week. He's returned to GTS full time, and he won the Super Formula race on Thursday night. So it's good to have one of the faster drivers back in GTS, and that of course will be on a little bit later on tonight. The Smalley heading through his hairpin there, this making it look nice and clean this time. Got bag pus all over him. So far there is there's less than a second covering first to sixth. Got Ballboy, Bagpuss, Hyder, Smalley, Tim, Riccardo Patrese there in 6th, Pie2's in 7th, Grim's 8th, Dr. Asdo's 9th, and Multi's 10th. And then you've got Robot, Max, Mick, Ben, and yeah, there's the championship leader trying to destroy all the pit fixings. Do as quad goes 58.1, and that puts them up to 8th. What sort of championship leader can't leave the pits? I don't know. What sort of championship leader can't leave the pit, Sean? I'm sure the pit fixings, which have probably been there since the 80s, they'll just have to be rebuilt, I suppose. I'll just put in a call to Alfredos in Pet and see if they're free to go back over to Germany. I'm not getting anything trending VR. I'm just here to say what's here on the track. Apparently I'm not trendy in any way, shape or form. I'm apparently very, very boring. Or so people would have me believe. Which I am. As Ballboy, who finished 2nd from the first race. Hello to Dusky Energy. Hello to you, Dusky. And that's because it is the truth. You're quite right. I actually have a book of all the corner names for all the new and old Formula 1 tracks, and I believe the Nurburgring is in my book. So I'm going to have a look. Watch Ballboy here coming down at what is called the Yokohama S, even though it's a hairpin, before the Mercedes Arena. He's going through there. This is a quite tricky corner to get right, which he has done just about. Running a little bit wide, but there's no dramas run wide there. Coming through the Mercedes-Benz section, heading down into turn 5 and then into the Ford curve. T1 shall now be on as Hans Gruber. Yes, we all know and love a Die Hard movie. Heading down into the Dunlop curve, otherwise known as Smalley's hairpin. Get a good exit there. It's easy to very, very easy run wide. He's down on his current time so far. He's now heading into the Schumacher S's. Got to lift off slightly for the first part and then take the second part flat. Heading down into the what's known as the Michelin curve and the Warsteiner curve. And then heading down. He's slightly up on his time now, heading down. Yes, Ballboys and Purples now. Heading down to NGK chicane. Before the Coca-Cola curve, I believe is the final turn. There's now a watch Ballboy heading on to the end of his lap. Thank you, Alex. It's good to see you. Ballboy improves by 3/10. That is a great time. Tim goes 57.3. He puts himself into third. Bagpuss is now coming round the final corner as he doesn't improve. Hyder's next. He improves and goes third. As Paitu goes to fourth as well. That's a good effort from Paitu. Smalley has not improved. He remains sixth. Riccardo Patrese remains seventh. Co-op remains eighth. Grim is remaining ninth. Max remains 10th. Multi in 11th. This is the guy to watch. He's half a second up on his own time, so he could put himself higher than 11th on the grid. So let's see what happens from here. Heading through the final chicane. As he's now heading through the Coca-Cola curve. Oh, he's running a little bit wide. And he puts himself 9th. It's a good effort there from Multi. Very good effort indeed. So, as pit fixings are still getting a scene to, as Ballboy ends session on pole, he ends up 7/10 clear of Bagpuss. And then the gaps are very, very small after that. We've got Hyder in third, Paitu fourth, Tim's in fifth, Smalley up there in top six. That's a good effort for Smalley. Riccardo Patrese in seventh, Co-op in eighth, Multi in ninth, Grim's in 10th, Max is 11th, 12th is Mr. Commentator Extraordinaire, Mr. Robot. Ben's 13th, and Nick bringing off the rest of the grid. Couldn't find an excuse not to race. Smalley is apparently Astro's hero, and whilst I think that the connoisseur of birthdays, happy birthday to you, Astro. So there we have it. Let's get ready for the race start. Everyone flashing lights, getting ready. We'll see. We'll see. So we'll keep an eye. It's five red lights, and we are away. Thomas is stuck on the grid. That's unfortunate, as Ballboy gets himself a good start from Bagpuss. Hyder's got himself into third spot. Oh, a little bit of nudge, and Paitu's got a good start. Paitu's up in the third. Co-op's made his way to fifth. Tim's in sixth. Everyone seems to have got through the first corner okay, as Grim and Smalley decide they want to read Braille, and the real Tracy just dives from. That was a dive bomb and a half. Trying to make two places. As Ben has made his way up to 10th. Robot, and then you've got Multi, Max, Mick, and Thomas. Very unfortunate. As Ballboy maintains his lead from the start and just tries to pull clear of Bagpuss here a little bit. Paitu in third. He's had a great start. Paitu. He's doing well. He's doing very well indeed. As he's just made a mistake coming through the Schumacher S's, and that's allowed Hyder through into third. And now Tim has a look down the inside as well. And he's holding off Tim, and now he's allowed Dr. Wilkinson's alongside. And it's side by side, heading up to the NGK chicane. Quap is looking down the inside of Paidu, gets and runs a little bit wide. And Tim also claims a place on Paidu. As meanwhile, the first lap, yeah, that's not a good sign. Thomas needs to really just leave the lobby. As Smalley's now looking down the inside of Paidu and makes the move stick. So Paidu's really been mugged a little bit. He's gone back 4 places as Smalley runs a bit wide. Paidu's having a look and gets back past. And now Paidu resumes his 6th. Smalley in 7th and Grim's in 8th, and he's had a good start, Grim. Ricardo Patrese down to 9th. Ben in 10th, who was just a little bit cut off here from Mulkey. Max in 12th, Robot. Mick bringing up the rear of the grid. So now Ball Boy's just starting to pull away a little bit from Backbus in 2nd, who in turn pulling away from Hyder, with Quap in 4th spot, bringing up the rest of this little field. As the battle for 6th could be one to focus on. As Smalley is a little bit further back from Paidu. As they come through the NGK chicane now and into the Coca-Cola curve for the next lap. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Thomas, what happened. That's it's unlucky, but don't worry about it. There's always next race. As now Smalley is heading down the inside, not quite making the move stick. Paidu is defending here. Let's see if Smalley can make his way past. Paidu's just holding them off a little bit. He may just be slightly quicker around this part of the track from Smalley. Grim in 8th has Ricardo Patrese not that far behind him in 9th spot. And Ben in 10th being caught by Mulkey, and this could be another little battle to watch. Max and Robot near enough together, and Mick's still holding on to Robot. Because meanwhile now the gap is nearly 2 seconds between Ball Boy and Bagbus. Bagbus is he's in the middle of nowhere a little bit. I mean, it's 1.7 behind Ball Boy, 1.7 ahead of Hyder. But they're all in turn pulling away from Quap in 4th spot, who's actually starting to pull away now from Timmy's teammate. Paidu, he's starting to just gap Smalley a little bit in 7th spot. And Graham is still holding off Ricardo Patrese here and doing a very, very good job of it. Graham, of course, he's a very, very solid driver. He's always a 7 out of 10 driver every single week. He's doing himself a very, very good job very, very early on. Now Ricardo Patrese is a little bit, he's going to have a look. Nope, he's not quite enough, alongside enough to make that move stick. And Grim holds on again, heading through the Mercedes-Benz arena. Now he's just pulling away. There's now Tracy looking down the inside a little bit too far back from Grim. Now heading down to Smalley's hairpin. Again, he's just a little bit too far back, Riccardo Patrese. Grim's doing a very, very good job here in holding off. Riccardo Patrese starts to defend down the inside, and Tracy's just made a move stick all the way around the outside. That's a very, very good move. Grim looking back, and he doesn't quite have paces. Meanwhile in front, Smalley's made his way past Baidu into sixth spot, and going back we've got Riccardo Patrese. Again, he's being pressured by Grim, but Grim's a little bit too far back to do anything about it. I absolutely agree with you, VR. I absolutely agree with you. It'll be interesting to see who pulls the grenade on the pit strategy. As Paitu is looking down the inside of Smalley and not quite making the move stick. Hello to my friend Castle. Good to see you. Yes, Backbus is doing a very good job in second spot. He's just been pulled in by Hyder a little bit. He's been pulled in by Hyder. So I'll keep an eye on that and come back to that at some stage in the future. As now Hyder has Riccardo Patrese all over him. And down the inside goes Riccardo Patrese on Paidu, and that's now 7th place for Riccardo Patrese. Grim 9th. Ben's doing a very, very good job here in 10th. Ahead of Mulvey and Paul, and he's keeping them at arm's length. Max is pulling away from Robot. There's Mick there. He's still plodding on. He's still doing a decent job. This ball boy's pulling away. We've got Backbus there in second, and now Hyder is starting to crawl all over the back of him. He's clinging on to him like a cheap suit here. Smalley's the first guy into the pits. Interesting to see what the strategy pulls off as Hyder is looking down the inside, and we're now side by side again. Badpuss holds off Hyder. See if Hyder can make his way past. Badpuss remains on the inside and keeps the place. So that remains second place for Bagpuss for now, but Hyder is putting the pressure on, heading into the fourth curve. And now he heads down to Smalley's hairpin. Since COVID isn't real in spectator land, apparently, as now Backbus is looking to hold off Hyder, is just about doing so. Now heading in right flick. Barkbus is just about held off Ball Boy for now. Sorry, Hyder for now. And Co-op now has his teammate Tim for company. Start to have them dragged in. Yellow flag. Barkbus is round. Oh no, Barkbus is round. Oh no. He's had an incident and he's cost himself 3 places. As he now heads for Sanctuary of the pit lane. And Co-op does as well. Be a chance. Smalley is the strategy that I'm watching, because he was the first guy to pit. It'll be interesting to see what he makes up on people. He's actually well ahead of Barkbus at this stage. He's just come out the pit lane. Barkbus is fueled up, so he's gonna go to the end from, well, I say go to the end. He's not gonna fuel up anymore when he visits the pits next time round. Yeah, I reckon so, VR. I don't think that'll be the first or the last spin today. Oh, he just has to keep his head down and hope the race comes back to him. Is Riccardo Patrese there? He's in 5th, pulling away from Co-op in 4th. Tim's in 3rd. Hyder now has got a clear 2nd, so it'll be interesting to see whether he can make time up on Ball Boy. In fact, he is making time up. He is making time up. Ball Boy's tyres are significantly worse than Hyder's at this stage. So let's see what happens now, heading through the MGK chicane. Ball Boy's in, so I reckon Hyder's going to possibly attempt a one-stop, which would be very, very brave of him to do. As Ball Boy and Tim pit, here comes Co-op, so this is the first of the pitters. Co-op now, as he comes out, he's virtually on Ball Boy's backside. So Co-op, by pitting a lap sooner, the undercut is proving very, very powerful. Yeah, I think the tyre wear, I don't think he can pull it off personally. I don't think he can pull it off. There's now Ball Boy, Co-op and Tim are all together. Smalley's the big winner out of this pit strategy at the stage. And he's got himself into that top 5. Good cheer for Doc and the chat from Kimmy. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you. Smalley was the first of the pit stoppers. I reckon we should be able to solidify top 5 from here. Barkbus in 6 races and lost from just yet, so interesting to see what happens. He's pulled away from Riccardo Patrese here, although I reckon looks like he's not long out of the pits. Paidu is up to 8th and he's now battling Grimothy Dalton for 9th spot. And then you've got Multi in 10th, and then you've got Robot heading the train of Ben and Tim. So we'll keep an eye on this for now, because this is the closest-ish battle on track. Let's see what Ben can do about Robot heading through the final corner. these two are now pulling away from Max here. As Ben goes to the inside, tries to make a move stick, and oh hello, and doesn't quite do it. So now as Robot tries to defend from Ben, is doing a very, very decent job of it. It's just run wide. Oh, little bit of contact there. Just turned in when didn't expect Robot to be, but Ben gets the place there from Robot, and now that's allowed Max back into play. Mick's still circulating, and he's still doing a half decent job. His Hyder is still going on, and he's been hauled in here from Ballboy, who's pulled away from Doc Co-op, but there's no way, there is absolutely no way that Hyder can make a one-stop work. No chance. Hyder's pulled off into the pit lane, so that allows Ballboy to take his position back up at the front. And he's pulling away now from Co-op in second. He's got Tim behind him for company. And Smalley there is now up to fourth, but I reckon he might be in at the end of this lap. Quite possibly. Be interesting to see if he is, but he's up to fifth now, and he's up to fourth. Sorry, he's got Hyder now out of the pit lane, and Hyder's now on. He's now fueled and tired to the end, I reckon. In fifth spot, so Hyder will be the one to watch out for. See if he becomes a spoiler in the pack. Now it sounds right now to 1, 2, 3 for Dr. Sainsbury's team. So far, he's doing a good job of holding Tim off for now, but we'll soon see if they work together. Smalley's the one I want to watch for now and see what he does at the end of this lap. He's now heading up the NGK chicane. So let's see, Smalley takes the line, he's heading in. He's heading in. Won't need to take too much fuel on, and I think you'll be able to solidify top 6 place. Let's see. As they see Riccardo Patrese coming out in 6th, and Smalley comes out in 7th place with still another stop to go. But his tyres at this stage will be fresher than the guys around him, so we'll be able to push a little bit harder. There's Barkbus in 5th. He's a couple of seconds away from Hyder in 4th, and Hyder isn't really making too much of an impression on the guys in front. Co-op has allowed Tim to get past, so now that's Tim in 2nd, and now carries on being a 1, 2, 3 for that team. Ballboy still putting in some decent, respectable times. Pulling away from Tim and Robot, Co-op in 3rd. There's Hyder in 4th. as Bagpuss a couple of seconds further back, but Bagpuss still has the second stop to make. Riccardo Patrese in 6th has Smalley behind him, and Smalley will start to catch him when these tyres are a little bit fresher. Grimm's in 8th, he's a little bit cut off from the rest of the world. As meanwhile, the two teammates of Multi and Paidu are here at play. Let's see, do they want to read Braille with each other, or do they want to work together? Let's see. Does it go through the NGK chicane? Paidu's a little bit too far back. Smalley looks like he is doing the 3-stopper. He is very, very much the guinea pig. There's multi-defense from Paidu. Max in 11th, Robots in the pit lane, so you've still got Ben in 12th. Robots in, I think it must be his one and only stop by the looks of it. And then you've still got Mick there, so Ball Boy is pulling away a little bit now. It's a virtually an identical time last time round with his fastest lap from what I can read. 56.9 I think it is. So yeah, he's pulling away from Tim still. And Tim's got his teammate there in 3rd, and they're still holding steady from Haider in 4th, but again, like I said, Haider could be the spoiler in this race. There's Bagpuss in 5th spot. Has Riccardo Patrese there in 6th. Smalley is closing in. Smalley is closing in on Riccardo Patrese. Heading through the NGK chicane. Tracy's in. So Riccardo Patrese becomes the first of the 2 stoppers. In fact, so is Bagpuss. Bagpuss is in as well. So that puts Smalley up into 5th place for now. As Riccardo Patrese has jumped Bagpuss in the pit lane. Riccardo Patrese has jumped Bagpuss in the pit lane. There we have it. This is now all of a sudden a battle for what is currently 6th place on track. So let's watch as Bagpuss up right round the outside. That's not an easy move to make and a very difficult one to make. Heading down now into Smalley's hairpin. Let's see what happens here. Heading down. Bagpuss just a little bit too far back at this stage. And Riccardo Patrese holds off Bagpuss for now. Let's see now, heading down the back straight. Ball Boy's in. He's the next. These next 2 stoppers as Tim and Doc Co-op join him. I'm watching Haider because I want to see where he comes out on track, because these 3 still they've got fuel to put in. So let's see that this is close. This is close. Haider's going round the outside of Tim. He's still there, making himself known to Tim, and he had a right to be there. Tim is now re-looking back down the inside of Haider. And Hyder is still there. And Tim is now ahead of Hyder up into second place. So the battle could be now to watch Hyder and Doc Co-op towards the end of the race for that final spot on the podium. But Hyder has made it work. The next one to watch out for will be Smalley on the 3-stop. See where he comes out. Whether he comes out ahead of Bagpuss, who's now made his way past Riccardo Patrese, and he's now got Riccardo Patrese all over him. Oh, that's an off. That's an off for Bagpuss. But Riccardo Patrese's waited, and he's allowed Bagpuss back through. So that's good. That's good sportsmanship there from Riccardo Patrese. But what that might have allowed to do is Smalley in to get ahead of Bagpuss towards the end. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. Grim in 8th again. He's still there. He's still doing a good job. He's scoring points, and that's always good to see. Piper, who now has pulled ahead of Multi, and you've got Max, who's now got Ben all over like a cheap suit. Trying to see if they can do any braille reading on the liveries. Ben's up and down the inside, but he's not alongside enough to make the move stick. Can he do the old switchback? Max runs wide, and that has now allowed Ben down the inside. So this is now going to be the test of the late breakers. Let's see what happens. And Ben gets ahead. Good move from Ben. He put the pressure on. No, there wasn't damage from what I could see, VR. There wasn't damage from what I could see. Robot just a little bit too far back. Mick is still circulating, and he's still trying to do his best. So Ball Boy is now pulling clear of Tim, who's now pulling clear of Hyder, and Hyder now has an American pulling up near him. It's Dr. Tesco. So let's see what happens here. Smalley has stopped, I believe, for his 3rd stop, and he's got ahead of Bagpuss. Smalley's already stopped VR. He stopped the lap earlier. He's got ahead of Bagpuss, and he stayed ahead in 5th. So he's made the strategy work for him. So I'm just going to go back. Co-op's up and down the inside of Hyder. He was alongside enough. And now Bagpuss is up into... Co-op's up in 3rd spot. With Hyder now looking to take the place back. And he's run wide. That allows Co-op to do the old switchback, and he keeps the place. Good move there from Co-op to remain 3rd. And now that should seal the 1, 2, 3 for that particular team. Hyder in 4th is now pulling away, who's now got Smalley. It's about 10 seconds back. If Hyder's tyres really fall off the cliff, then this could be a chance for possibly might open the door out to Smalley. It's a slim chance, but it's certainly not something to write off. Smalley is actually going purple here at this stage. Lighter car, fresh tyres, he's going for it. He's quicker at this stage because obviously he's got a lighter car and fresher tyres. see what happens is now, and left and right. He's a second. He's a clear second quicker than his own best of fastest time. Smalley so far on this lap. Oh, he's run wide. Smalley's run wide. Oh no! Good teeth time. And Smalley regains the track, but he was just pushing a little bit too hard. And what he's gone and done is he's allowed Bagpuss and Riccardo Patrese through. Man, I feel sorry. I feel sorry for Smalley. He's going to be furious with himself. He's going to be absolutely livid. He's done the hard work. It's unfortunate, but sometimes that happens when you're just pushing a wee bit too hard. That's allowed Riccardo Patrese into 6th and Bagpuss into 5th spot. Hyder is now losing time to Coop, who's pulling back time on Tim. He's pulling back time on Tim, so this could be... Let's keep an eye on this for now. Because Tim is defending a little bit from Co-op, and Tim runs wide. It's allowed Co-op a sniff of an opportunity, but Tim is just holding the middle line. He's not gone too far defensive, and therefore he hasn't affected his line too much. As now Co-op is up and down the inside, and he's got him. Not quite. Tim gets the better drive on the exit. Now Co-op is up and down the inside of Tim into turn 1 and gets the place. Gets the place. That's a good move there from Co-op. That's now a reclaim of position for Co-op, so that's a good job there from Co-op. We saw it further down the order, but he's managed to pull himself into the top 3 and into the top 2, so good job. As now Tim is really looking back and not going to claim the place. So now Co-op in theory should be able to pull away a little bit from Tim. Bagpuss in 5th, and Tracy's clear now with Smalley. Brimmin 8th spot. Paitu 9th has Mulkey again, not too far away from. Max has Ben not too far away from. Robot there, and Mick is still circulating on. As Ballboy is now heading around. Not too far away from starting his last lap. He's dominated this race. He's been the quickest guy all the way through this race today. It's only 3 seconds or so ahead of Co-op and Tim. What I've noticed Co-op has the blinky red light to do. Does he have enough fuel to get to the end of this race? I'm about to find out. As you can see that he's got a little bit less fuel, so he's probably pushed harder to get to Tim. So this is going to be the battle to watch for the final lap. As Tim is up and down the inside, he's just a little bit too far back from Co-op. Heading into the Mercedes section. Tim is just still a little bit of distance behind Co-op picks up a penalty though. And he's still a little bit distance back from as Quam is now might lose the second place on the penalties. He's just gained from Tim, and Tim is just not. Tim may just have to wait to gain the spot. Let's see what happens. Can Co-op get rid of this penalty before the checkered flag and not lose second place? Tim's saying, hey, how are you doing? Can you please let me through? Co-op's still not shaking this penalty. Co-op's run wide. Co-op's run wide. He's managed to scrub the penalty, but he's now got Tim all over him as Ballboy comes across the line to win this race. There he goes, and he's lost second. It's cost him second. So that's Tim second, Co-op third, and then Hyder finishes fourth. Bagpuss will probably be wondering what could have been if it hadn't been for that mistake, but he comes across the line fifth. It's a good job for Bagpuss. Ricardo Patrese sixth, and Smalley again is another race of what could have been, but he comes across the line in the seventh spot. Grimm's had a very, very solid drive in 8th spot, so good points for him and his team as Mulkey and Paidu are at play again, and they've got Max not a million miles away from heading through the final turn now. Paidu is going to finish ahead of Mulkey, yeah, that's right. Max is finishing 11th. Ben crosses the line in 12th spot. Here comes Robot in 13th. There he goes, and Mick is going to be the last finisher. Got a little bit more of a lap to do, but he's going to finish the race at least, so that's a going to be a finish for Mick as he comes through the final chicane, heading up to the Coca-Cola curve. He turns in, and here he comes across the line and finishes in a 14th spot. And there we have it. That's all the runners finished. Driver of the day for me today. You've got to say Ballboy. He's dominated the race, pole position, fastest lap, race win. That's all you can really say. It's a good job from Ballboy. And on that note, we're going to end the stream there. Thank you for watching. OFR Division 1 will be in about an hour's time, so catch you soon.